All right, fine. I'll be a gracious host. How you doing?
Little Mermaid is the scariest Disney movie by far, though.
Why the hell is Aceblade in your Kickstarter?
Some comics. I'm getting controversial today. We're gonna get controversial today with.
My proudest moment is this interview and being able to talk to you two.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Taurus Comics, in collaboration with Fourth Wall Productions, respectfully brings to you the 124th episode of the Quicktales podcast. I am your host, Kyron Silva, and I am one half of your award-winning Blurred comic creators here to help you find your next favorite comic. We are live on the Age of Geekdom Network via Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. Let me rephrase this. We're live on the Age of Geekdom Network via Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, and YouTube. So if you're listening or watching us live, thank you for your support, but don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and review this podcast, because all your positive reviews and interactions help us reach a bigger audience. You might notice that I'm the only one here. I don't have a guest host today. Danny is busy. He said he no longer wanted to be a part of this what were the words he said? Low quality, insignificant series of a podcast. I think that's exactly the wording he says. So I don't have a co-host today, but I do have an amazing guest. He actually does his own podcast. He is a writer and creator. I've known him for a very long time, and I think I feel like this is going to be a good show. But we're going to talk to him, and his name is Danny J. Quick.
You don't have me recorded saying that though. So.
Oh no! This is. Don't you remember when you're in the cage, in the little bubble cage, and I was tied up with Wolverine? And
what happened to your audio? Why is it so blasted right now? Did you hit the button?
No. Oh wait. Okay, wait. Is that better?
That is better.
Holy crap! Okay, someone touched it.
My speaker just was like, ah!
Oh, terrible. Yeah, someone actually touched the. I don't.
Terrible. Hey, you got to put tape over that thing.
I would love to just put it away to the side, but I get too many people using this computer, so.
Yeah. Well, hey, Kyron, how you doing? You've officially phased me out. You went from shortening my title to not saying my name, and then you've officially phased me out. And now you're hosting by yourself, it seems.
Well, you started this a few months ago when you were like, you didn't want to be a part of this anymore, and I said, hey, that's fine.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that though.
Okay. All right.
That didn't happen. That never happened.
Okay, so why are you the guest today and not a co-host with me? What's going on? Why are you here?
I am the guest because right now I have Aceblade 1 through 8 on Kickstarter right now, and we're here to talk about, I guess, all things Aceblade and stuff. Okay. So I would rather talk about Deadpool and Wolverine.
I would love to talk about that.
I mean, it just came out, and today is like day 1, so we probably shouldn't talk about it online. But who could really stop us if we wanted to? Like, if we wanted to talk about it, we really could.
I'm totally down for it. I'm just not prepared for it.
I'm more than prepared. I'm so prepared.
I just saw it 2 hours ago.
So really?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're super fresh. We went last night at 7:45 here. And we caught one of the early shows. The theater was just about packed. There was 9 of us that went. 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, my whole family went. My daughter's
whole family.
Yes, even Olivia,
the little one.
Olivia went too. Even Olivia went.
Dude, the first 30 seconds into the movie, I was like, I can't take my smallest to this.
Yo,
That first nut shot, I was like, nope.
It wasn't the nut shots. It was the violence. Olivia doesn't care about that. I'm not the violent stuff. I'm not. It was the cursing and the sexual innuendos. Even though I'm sure she didn't understand most of that stuff, but it was still like some of it was pretty blatant.
Oh yeah, definitely. I believe that. But I mean, I knew right away. I was like, yeah, I can't even imagine bringing my son to this. Mr. Chap Daddy TV says, when the hell did y'all move to Fridays? That was like a month and a half ago at this point. A month ago.
We moved like this is our fourth time moving. Is it? It's like our fourth time
moving. No, third
time moving. We was at 7 a.m. your time. Then we're at 10 a.m. your time.
Then we're at 9 a.m.
9 a.m.
And then we moved to tonight.
Yeah. So this will be the last time until the end of summer.
Because Danny's already complaining he wants to move again.
Already complaining. No, man, the movie was a solid. I'll say for a fan, just a rating. Just as a fan, it was a 9 to me. But like the movie, it was all over the place. The plot was all over the place.
And we can actually call this an MCU movie, right?
Yeah, this is an MCU film. This is an MCU film.
Where does this rank in your top MCU films? Because right now, this is easily a top 5 film for me.
Nah, I wouldn't go that far. I would not.
I would put it that far, top 5.
No, I don't think it would get into my top 5.
Really?
No, I think it might be in the top 10, but fan service wise, like, oh my god, like I'm not gonna spoil it, but
and we're not talking about anime fan service. This is
well,
it had that too, though.
It had that too, for sure. But I think that, man, like there's stuff that I could not believe that they kept a secret.
Yeah,
because I didn't see any. I mean, you see speculation things. You see speculation
when they were in the void, and they found the renegades or the
I almost got up out of my seat. Yeah. I literally leaned forward like this and looked at my whole family like I was like this. I was literally
I did take my oldest with me to go see it, and I was like, hey.
Yeah.
He was like, Dad, stop hitting me.
Bro. But no, I couldn't believe that was the biggest surprise to me. I'm sure we're talking about the same thing, but in that sequence there was another thing that was great. The last one who came in, I ain't gonna say that was great for other reasons,
unexpected reasons.
Yeah, but even before they met them, that was a great one too. Like there was so many great cameos in this movie.
That's one thing. I sent my friend Dan Bethel, friend of the show.
Yep.
I sent him a text after I got. I was like, "Dude, this movie is great." And he was like, "Did they spoil a lot of the cameos in the trailers?" And I told him they didn't even scratch the surface.
Not even
on
close.
The cameos.
Not even close.
The cameos at this point that they showed in the trailers are tame compared
to nothing.
Yeah.
Were nothing compared to what actually happened. Like my thing is also like they served a purpose in the movie. Like there was a reason for them to be, you know what I'm saying? Like
there's a purpose for them. It wasn't just a gratuitous.
Yeah.
I was about to say.
Yeah. I think it was
even the first major spoiler cameo didn't even turn out to be what we thought it was. And I was like, oh.
All right.
Because I actually had that spoiled for me on Twitter. And I was like, oh, okay, I know he's coming. And then when they switched it, I was like, oh.
You talking about the bike, the motorcycle?
No. The first one in the void.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that was good too. I said, bruh, it was very good. Now, I feel about it the same way that I feel about Endgame though. Like Endgame was a good movie, but it was more fan servicey than like it was more MCU fan, comic book fan excitement good, then it may have been a good film. You know
I
what I'm
think
saying?
it had to be that because this was the culmination of 10 years of movies all pointing to this,
Yeah,
converging to this one
it
point.
kind of was Endgame. Like it
Yeah.
kind of was Deadpool Endgame. That's what it was. And the stuff, like the theories that people were putting out online, like half of them, like I don't think any of the big theories they didn't hit the mark. You know what I'm saying? So it was like it was very good. It was very good. I have to go. I can't wait until like New Rock Stars or somebody does the Easter egg breakdowns because I'm sure there was a bunch of stuff that I missed. The one thing that I did catch, I can't even say. I can't even say what it was.
We need a. Is Top 5 doing a show about this?
We're gonna have to. We're gonna have to include this in top because by the time top 5 comes around, it'll be way past. I don't know. Morgan doesn't like the spoiled movies. I don't. You know me. I don't care.
I mean,
I wouldn't
that's
saw
what
it.
5 days.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the launch date.
I think past Monday, it's gonna be out there anyway. There's no way that people are not gonna just do it.
I mean, some of it's already out there right now. So
yeah,
if you guys do a Deadpool, I might have to hop on that because
it was that was really good. Like they did a really good job with it. They gave it. I mean, even though the stakes were magnanimous, like you knew. I mean, you didn't know. Maybe it could have
had
had
an inclination of what it was going to be, but I don't think it would meet what they actually turned it to, and that's the thing.
Yeah,
like everybody had these ideas of what they're going to bring in, who they're going to bring in, where the storyline was going to go, how it would connect with the regular MCU.
Man, line, man, I can't even say, man. It's like it's so many good things, man. I really enjoyed it. Like as a comic book fan, I'll say this: they did so many things in a short amount of time that we all wanted to see that we never would have gotten a chance to see.
Yeah,
and that was great. That was very, very cool of them. Props for them to being able to pull so many things. I think Ryan Reynolds must have the most. He must be the most connected man in Hollywood. Has to be the most connected man in Hollywood. I don't know what he did to pull off the big one that we're talking about.
Yeah,
I don't know what he did to get that back because I thought that relationship was a sour one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, props to the man. Props to the man for putting that together.
Wait, did they? I'm trying to figure out. No, go ahead. I'm just trying to check on something real quick. A lot of the stuff we're talking about, you could like IMDb it and find out who's in there if you really wanted to.
It's already listed now. They got them listed.
Yeah, they got them all listed.
I won't talk about it because people are. But it was so good, man. I was at work today, and there are two guys that we talk comic book stuff, and neither one of them were there today. Like they were not at work today, so I couldn't talk to them about it. And I was just like, I literally for my lunch, I went to go to our office, and I was like, oh shoot, Ty's not here, Shannon's not here. What am I like? Who am I gonna talk to? And Justin, who who sometimes comes on top 5. He loves the Marvel movies, but he doesn't care about.
Wait, he works with you?
Yeah. We work in the same. Yeah,
I didn't
work in the same. In the same building.
Bruh, I knew it.
You gonna show it?
Lady Deadpool was voiced by Ryan Reynolds' wife.
Was it Blake Lively? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds right.
Wow.
I
mean, that makes a lot of sense. And that's not a spoiler. She was already in the trailer, so
yeah, she was in.
That's why I was talking about that one.
We can talk about H23.
That's a spoiler-ish. I don't remember seeing her.
She was in the trailer. She was in the last trailer that came out.
All right. I mean, there wasn't really much to talk about her though.
I like that the scenes with them together, with her and Wolverine and Deadpool.
Well, I mean, we knew it was going to come to that, and we knew there was going to be that connection between her and Wolverine.
Yeah.
God dang it, I want to talk about that.
That first scene though, for the first scene, man, the first fight scene where he's dance the bye the Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
That first scene, I was so hyped, man. I was like, this is amazing. Like, this is amazing. I've
He
never
was all
seen.
dancing in between.
Yeah, I was like, this is really great. Like the opening credits, just to be like, it's solid, man. Like as a trilogy, it might be one of the better trilogies. Like I think Captain America still has my best like comic book trilogy.
Okay.
And it might be.
Deadpool 2 really let me down though. Like
You didn't like 2?
It was not good.
I liked it. I liked Deadpool 2 a lot.
I mean, it was all right, but and maybe my expectations were a little bit higher because of Deadpool 1 and what we got from that, but Deadpool 2 just I felt there was too many characters they're introducing all at once, and whereas this one did it correctly. And I felt like they missed the mark on Deadpool 2 with introducing so many characters. And Peter.
Peter. Hey, Peter. Peter, man. Oh, that was...
Peter is the Coulson to Deadpool for MCU. He was a character that nobody really knew would be big, and then he became big.
Yeah, definitely.
So we need a Peter series.
Hey, we definitely need more Peter. Definitely need more Peter. I had a good time in the theater. I'm thinking about even going to see it again, but I want to go see Twisters. I still didn't see Twisters. And Tiana's definitely not gonna go see Deadpool Wolverine with me again. She enjoyed the movie, but she's not gonna go see it again.
I already said my wife was not gonna go see this movie at all. She's just not into that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
How long are you gonna let me sit here and have my name be Feeling Soleil?
I didn't notice. I didn't notice.
How long are you gonna?
I did not notice. Terrible.
All right, Danny. Quick. Let's talk about why we have no guests, dude. I mean, we can't just talk about Deadpool without spoiling things. Let's talk about what we're actually here for, what we want to talk about, and that is your Kickstarter, right?
Yes, we just broke $4,000. $4,000, and that's great. That's great. I'm honored and so happy that we're able to get to this far. So not even gonna say so quickly. We only did a 2-week goal, but what? You're not saying anything.
You can't hear me?
I can hear you now.
So
now that you're actually talking, I can hear you. You were not talking before. I can tell it when you're mouthing it. I can tell it when you're faking it, Kyron. I can tell.
You made this amount of money in only 1 week.
1 week, yes.
1 week, dude. $4,000 1 week. I struggle with making $4,000 in a month off of Kickstarter. And you doing it in 1 week.
I think it was because we had the we had the action. We always do something weird with every campaign that I found that one thing that is made it successful to me is to have something that nobody could get in the previous campaign. So this, last time we had the statues, this time we have the action figures. Even though we only had 4 of them, they were $200 a piece, and that was $800 within the first hour. So and thankfully, the people on my Patreon, they signed up on Patreon, and those were the people who really wanted them. And they got them. They were able to get them. So, I'm just really fortunate, man. And I appreciate everybody, man, because this is not easy. Crowdfunding is not easy. I'll show you my analytics. The analytics say I only have 2 backers from TikTok.
Out of the 100 and something fans that you have, there are only 2 people?
Only 2 backers from TikTok. That's what it says. And even with Epiphany Engine, Tony said that they only had 2 or 3 backers from TikTok there too. I think TikTok, because it's pushing the TikTok shop so heavily, they're not wanting to sell, like push content that's taking people off the platform to buy other places. So I'm very confident whenever I put number 8 on TikTok, I'll be able to sell some there. But people are not going off the platform to support other places. So, you know, it's just tough. Okay. And that's my largest platform. So that, that kind of.
Now, do you think that's a situation where, I know we talk about TikTok suppressing it, but you're still getting some views. So is this a situation where people from TikTok just aren't used to Kickstarters? Or is this something else? Because you're still getting views, you're still getting people to interact with your posts. You're just not getting that connection.
I think it's an education thing, first off, because yes, people on TikTok don't know what Kickstarter is, and you kind of have to do that education thing every time, on a new platform. When you get a new crowd, you have to educate them. Hey, this is why it's important. You got this amount of time. It's not going to take it out of you don't have to have the money right now, whatever. You have to do all of that stuff and make content around that stuff. And then, yes, I think the platform suppresses that content because they don't want you to go off. They want you to buy stuff on their platform. So, it's all right now. It's Facebook has the largest kind of portion of social media, for me. Facebook. Actually, TikTok and Twitter both have two backers. And I've never used Twitter. I do not use Twitter. I post on it every now and then when I'm doing crowdfunding or if I have a funny thought or whatever, but I don't use it. So it's crazy. It's wild.
Yeah, I understand. And as far as the TikTok suppressing things, I mean, there definitely are supporters. Like, I get tons of people that buy my Aceblade cover already. I've already sold about 10 of these, I think.
Oh, wow.
This is the second variant cover I've done for you, which is available on my TikTok shop right now, drawn and colored and inked by me.
Technically it is. Yes, technically it's the second one.
But no, there definitely is people out there that are willing to buy and support. So there is a disconnect that we have to figure out as creators. How do we utilize our platforms properly? And because TikTok is obviously a great way for you to get a following and to build a following, but how do we get them to initiate through Kickstarter? And that's going to be the big thing for us. Right. Let's talk about Aceblade 8. What's new with Aceblade 8?
Yeah, everything's new. we got a whole new art team. Okay. We got a new editor in chief. We got all kinds of new stuff.
Wait. Okay, let's talk about the art team. Who we got?
Yes. So me, I'm the writer. I'm the letter. I'm writing and lettering. On it. I can't see what you're showing on this bottom screen, but I'm assuming that's who is that?
That's your creative team. Little
okay. Oh, the one graphic. So we got William Withers, who is a North Carolina native. He actually lives right down the street from me. He's drawing he's doing pencils and ink for issues 8, 9, and 10. And then on colors, we got Mario Burton. Okay. I found him on TikTok, actually. I ran into his comic strip that he does, and I love his colors. Like, he did a parody of the movie Juice with one of his characters, and I thought it was hilarious. And I was like, but the colors, though, like the colors that he was using were really cool. So I just asked him, I just reached out to him. I was like, hey, man, have you ever, wanted to color comic books? He was like, hey, man, I don't care what kind of work it is. I'll take it. Yeah. so I was like, man, try out on a couple pages with William. The pages came back looking great. So, I asked him if he would do the book. So I'm planning on having him do 8, 9, and 10 also. Brian J. Lambert of Wingless Comics. He's been editing Aceblade since issue 6. So
that explains why issue 6 was so good.
Issue 6 did definitely step up. Did definitely step up the narrative side, I'll say. But Brian does a good job of asking the questions. Like, I found at this point, I've been writing Aceblade for 10 years, right? So when I'm writing Aceblade, I'm writing it with all the knowledge that I have of Aceblade, past, present, and future. So like he does a good job of making sure that I keep the perspective of, okay, this is somebody's first comic. Every comic is somebody's first comic. Somebody might pick up Aceblade 6 or 7 that hasn't read the stuff from before. So every time you kind of have to make sure the story is good on its own, outside of issue 5 and 6 and 7, this issue 8 has to hold up on its own. So he's really good about that. And then also making sure that I'm not going too deep into the weeds and introducing characters too early. I was going to bring in Aceblade sidekick on this issue. I was going to bring in Aceblade's sidekick Mystic in this issue, but he was like, "No, man, you're telling a specific story. Hold off on Mystic. Mystic will get there." And
you've already introduced Mystic in Shorts podcast, right?
In the Super Shorts podcast. Yep. But he will be showing up, but he won't be Mystic. He won't be Mystic until much later. I'll say that his character will be introduced in this arc, but he's not going to be Mystic anytime soon.
Now you sent me something about a new villain. Is that off air you were supposed to talk about, or
Clarity? No. So actually, you remember I had a shop. I had opened a store a while back. That I had open for 2 years. I made 2 villains for the escape room that we had in there. We had an escape room where people would come in and help Aceblade escape from the escape room. And, I created 2 villains for the escape room. One was Eureka.
Eureka, that's right.
Eureka, who is, who was the one who created this elaborate plan. And then there was Clarity, who, kind of was just teased at through a mask that you find in a room that holds a clue, it's a phrase that you have to say at the end to get you out. So
not to be confused with Chris Thomas's Clarity Girl. This is completely different.
This is completely
no relation.
No relation yet. But yes, Clarity with a Q, Clarity. I did think about that though when I
wait, time out. What is it with you making unique names from just words like roulette? You can't just spell roulette normally like Clarity.
Because Eureka
was even spelled with, I mean, come on.
Eureka, you get it? Yeah, Eureka, but a query. So Eureka is actually a query spelled backwards, right? It's a query spelled backwards. So it's a question and then Eureka.
An answer, yeah.
So yeah, so that's the kind of the hidden thing in her name. But of course she's gonna be my Riddler. What's your boy's name from Saw? Jigsaw?
Oh yeah,
Jigsaw. She's gonna be that kind of type. No, not.
I was like, wait, what character from Saw?
not the murdering type, but she's gonna have like the mind games and stuff like that. And then Clarity, I actually did a short film that I was gonna put out for his character. And I decided not to put it out. I actually recorded it. I recorded like this 3-minute monologue, and it was like really creepy. It was really creepy, and I was like,
"When do you have time to do all this?"
I just had the idea, man. Like, me, I have an idea, and I just be like, I want to do that, and I'm gonna do it. So I had wrote the idea in my mind. I had the idea for the character, and basically, it's a man who has a near-death experience. And the pain gives him clarity, right? It gives him he was in a place in life where he didn't know, where to go. He didn't know what he wanted to do with his life, but he almost died and realizes, hey man, I only got one chance on this earth. I need to focus and do the things that I want to do. And the pain that he went through gave him clarity. So now he feels like it's his destiny to give others clarity. through near death experiences. So that's his villain arc. And I was looking at these cards that you did, the art that you did from here, right? I don't know if y'all can see this card set that Kyron did.
Go ahead.
With all of these villains. So we got Legacy up here.
Wait,
We got
hold on. I'm an idiot. I can just do this.
yeah, that works too. That works too. Uh, we got Legacy up in the top left. We got Roulette, in the top right. We got Blackjack right there beside Aceblade and Hammerhands on the other side. Then we got Trespass and Gutshot. And I was like, these are kind of like the OG villains. These are like the first first set of villains that I introduced in this story. But I got like 4 or 5 more already that I want to introduce. And I'll probably be introducing them through like the Super Shorts podcast and things like that first, and then eventually they'll come out with stories and things like that. So
are we getting any new villains in Aceblade 8?
Not no new villains in Aceblade 8. So this Aceblade number 8 kind of focuses on if anybody read 6 or 7, one of Terrell Durham's students gets caught up in a situation where they believe that she was helping one of the villains, Blackjack. They think that she was helping one of the villains, and she gets locked up. And he's doing everything that he can. Hey, what's up, Otaku? My man Jimmy in the comments. Gets he's trying to do everything he can to get her out of the mix with this before she gets hurt or it ruins her life. And he's frustrated because he can't do anything as Aceblade. He can't use his fighting ability as Aceblade. He can't use his celebrity or his influence as Aceblade to help her. And as Terrell Durham, he can't help her as her teacher, as her instructor. He can't do anything there either. So the you've seen The Last Dragon, right?
Yeah, I saw it a couple times in my life.
Yeah, so there's a scene.
It's not a weekly thing like you. It's not a weekly showing.
I literally have watched it 4 times this week. Literally have watched it 4 times this week. And I'm gonna watch it again. So there's a scene in Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon where,
and I love how you throw that as Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon. Like there's no Last Dragon.
Title.
I know
it.
In Barry Gordy's Last Dragon. They just called The Last Dragon.
It's Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon.
I get that, but nobody says the Barry Gordy's part. Everybody just says Last Dragon.
I do. I say.
I know.
But there's
Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon.
In Barry Gordy's The Last Dragon, where Bruce Leroy is frustrated because Shonuff has come in and he's wrecked the shop. He's wrecked his father's pizza place. And his brother lashed out at him and called him a coward. He says, "You won't fight him. You kissed his Converse and everything, man. You a coward." And his little brother calls him a coward. And he goes back to his gym and he's frustrated. He's punching the punching bag. He's trying to release this rage, and he just kind of collapses there on the floor. And this issue of Aceblade kind of opens the same way. So the pages that you saw on the first 2 pages that you saw on the Kickstarter page kind of show that frustration that he has and the exasperation that he's gotten to with that. So we're trying to raise the stakes and give it a little drama, and get you attached to the character so that when the resolution happens, you can really feel it.
Well, I'm excited for it. I haven't even got to read it yet. You don't even want to share with no brother, so
I'll send it to you.
I know. No, I already I got a reward coming. I'm gonna wait for my reward.
No, I'm gonna send it to you. You're the EIC. You should have read it. You should have read it already. You did join like halfway through the process though. So
I'm also waiting for my Aceblade 7 sketch cover.
I'm working on it.
Let's see what you got working on.
It's not within. Yeah, it is within arm's reach. It's still in the same place. It's still in the same place it was.
That was last week.
That was 3 days ago.
That was before Deadpool. It's last week.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. That was last week.
We're gauging everything by when I saw it before Deadpool.
Yeah, before Deadpool and after Deadpool, for sure.
Okay, so when can I expect to get my Deadpool, my Aceblade 7 cover.
I'm looking to do some drawing this weekend.
Okay.
So I might get back to it.
Okay.
I'm also working on a video game too, so
I'm
we'll
sorry,
see.
what?
Working on some art for a video game also, so we'll see.
Wait. You can't just throw that out there and not expand upon what we're talking about. Are you making a video game?
Yes, I told you about this. We're making
Okay, you
Aceblade.
haven't told me, but not our audience.
Okay, yeah. So
Okay, so
I'm in the process of learning how to make a video game, and
okay,
this is a project that me and my siblings are working together on. My brother, he's a producer, a music producer. My
famous
little
music producer.
my yes, famous music producer. My little brother, even younger than him, is a computer scientist. He is like a this dude is like masterful with coding and stuff like that. So he's going to be helping on the programming side. And then my sister, she is going to school for graphic design now, so she's going to be helping with the art. And we're gonna. I've had this idea for this video game for about 5 years now, and I just need to do it. I just need to do it. It's one of those things that I just need to do.
Is there, if you have any questions on making video games, shoot. I don't know who that is,
Okay, core
but
activities. Appreciate
uh,
it.
so questions. One, is there any unsuccessful quicks because it seems like everybody's doing really good. Is there any unsuccessful quicks? And two, what kind of video game is this going to be?
There are some unsuccessful quicks for sure.
Because
But
all y'all seem like you're popping out a lot, and I'm just like, dang.
we just try to encourage each other and
Oh,
make stuff happen. So, but no, the video game is going to be, it's kind of going to be a fusion between a Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past
hmm.
and Metal Slug.
You really trying? I mean, that you really put out some top of the line legendary games to throw out that this is going to be like
Legendary game.
like you didn't say, oh, this is going to be a platformer. This is going to be a running
No,
game. He
no.
said, no, this is going to be one of the best games ever,
This is going to be two of the best games ever fused into one.
along with one of the other best games ever.
No, I had this idea because we were trying to figure out like what style of game we were going. We was going to do a top-down Legend of Zelda type adventure game,
Okay.
and then I was like, I don't necessarily like the battle system in those games, so we're gonna make it like Metal Slug. So the fight, when the fights happen, it's gonna how Pokemon, you go from looking over top to now you're in a battle mode, but except it's gonna be platformer fighting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Okay. Well, when y'all figure that out, maybe you and I can talk about doing a indie comics fighting game. That's
oh
been
yeah,
one of my dreams.
yeah, yes,
That's been one of my dreams. Is just to do like indie comics fighting game, just get a bunch of characters that are unique and would have unique looks on a video game screen. Just do Street Fighter, Mortal. I don't want to do like Injustice, Mortal Kombat, where we're
Mm.
just killing each other, but I do want a Street Fighter esque beat 'em
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
If
yeah,
you
yeah.
really need to do it.
If you really need to do it, that's probably the best prerequisite to actually do it. I've heard that. I've heard people say that. I really this is one of those ideas that just has not let me go. Like so I get a lot of ideas. I get a lot of ideas for things, and sometimes the ideas will come and they go. This one has stuck around for a very long time, and I really need to do it. I really need to do this, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. But thankfully, my man Andrew Augustine from Notion Games, he's actually putting in a book. He's putting out a book on how to make video games. So I'm going to be trying to learn from him. He uses a platform called Construct, and I've been looking at tutorials and things like that on how to use the platform. So I'm in the early stages of it, but the comic books are.
Shout out to Core Activities, just giving us just praise and trying to push you to do this. So shout out to Core Activities.
Absolutely. Shout out to Core Activities. Appreciate that.
All right. Well, I mean, we talked about No, we have never participated in the game jam.
Game jam. That's a good way to get into it. I'm gonna look into it. I'm gonna look and see if they have them in my area because um I'm down with the networking for sure.
All right, man. Well, I mean, we've talked about the comic books. We've talked about Deadpool as much as we could without spoiling it. Talked about the Kickstarter. We talked about video games. Is there anything else you want to talk about that's related to Ace Blade in any way?
I'm ready for quick takes.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you were going. You didn't send me quick takes.
I know you have quick takes. Stop it.
No, wait. Did you send me quick takes?
I know you have questions that you're gonna ask me. Stop it, Kyron. This
Oh,
is the 5th time we've done this. I know you're gonna do quick takes.
okay. Well, I guess so then.
Quick takes.
You're supposed to put your picture on the other side.
What? No, you do quick takes with yourself, right?
No, I'm not.
What?
No, you are supposed to have the questions that I answer. You're supposed to put your face on one side and my face on the other side. This is Kyron's quick takes.
No, this don't make no sense then, because you do the quick take thing. I just press the buttons.
Okay.
So, do you have quick takes for yourself?
Yes. Big cons
Okay.
are small shows. I like small shows.
Okay. I didn't even get to do the timer. All right. Question 2. What's question 2?
But if we do SDCC next year, we're gonna have to make it happen. We're gonna have to figure out got to figure something out because that show is. I'm hearing people are having a good time at DreamCon this weekend too.
Yeah, and that's why I was not worried too much about the time right now, because like almost everybody from top 5, or not top 5, 5-star or that was DreamCon. So
Yeah.
yeah, so that's why I was like, let's just relax. Do you have quick? I mean, okay, are you doing quick takes to yourself or no?
No, I'm not.
All right. So I guess we'll end the show then, because I like I told you, I just came back from Deadpool,
Yeah,
so I
absolutely.
didn't have time to make quick takes. So
I understand. I
right.
understand.
Well, I appreciate you being on.
Yep.
We want to make sure everybody follows you. I mean, keeps up with you and things like that. Where can people check you out? And
The Kickstarter right now.
Quick takes.
I just know it's gonna happen every time.
all right,
I actually quit this time. I quit. I'm not doing the show anymore. He was right. I'm not this lowbrow, low content. I'm not doing it anymore. I don't remember what you said in the beginning, but that.
so quick takes. If you've never seen our show before, quick takes is usually hosted by Danny with our regular guests. But it's a rapid fire Q&A section where we ask our guests 5 questions. They're gonna have 45 seconds to answer them off the top of their head, and I'm gonna do this as best as I can. Thank you, Barbie.
Is it a rapid fire Q&A section or session?
Well, this is the section of quick takes.
Because I always alternate. Sometimes I say section. Sometimes I say session.
I mean, this is yours. This is yours. So you tell
I'm
me.
not sure. I don't know.
Okay. All right. Okay.
All right, let's do it. I'm ready.
All right. Question number 1.
Why am I fee now? Why am I fee now? Why am I fee now? When did that happen?
I don't know. Question 1. We were talking about this before we started the show, and I just want to know, how do you spell correctly, and what is a word that you normally spell incorrectly?
You spell correctly Correctly. I think that's right. Correctly. Yes. And I cannot spell tier.
What kind of tier?
TEI or IER, whichever tier that is.
Okay, like a reward tier.
I can't spell words that have E and I in them together.
Oh.
Whether it's IE or EI, I cannot spell those words.
Okay.
I cannot. It is. I always get it wrong, and even when I say I before E, except after C,
which is not true actually. There are words that still
right?
come after C with I and E. So.
It's not a real thing. So I always spell them wrong anyway, and every time I type them in, whatever on Google Docs, it always tells me it's wrong. So I just avoid those words now.
Okay, all right. Question number 2. This week I did send you a message saying, "Hey, next year let's do San Diego Comic Con," and you said no. You said that does not look like fun, and I get it. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of things happening at one time. So
Yeah.
I get it. It probably isn't the most fun. But I do want to ask you, what is a convention that you haven't gone to that you would like to go to?
There's a show in Florida that I was just talking to my cousin about. I think it's MegaCon.
Okay, yeah.
MegaCon, I think I would actually do because I have family down there. I would feel I do actually have like bad anxiety in large crowds. And it stems from my time in the military, but I can usually manage it, especially, if I stay behind my table or whatever. But um, I think I would do good down there around family. At least I'd be able to go be around some people I trust while I'm sleeping. So MegaCon is one. I do want to do San Diego and in New York, even if it's just a guest for one day. I mean, just to attend for one day.
Okay. All right. All right. That's a good answer. MegaCon. I've heard good things about MegaCon. I don't know if I want to go to Florida, but I've heard good things about MegaCon.
Yeah.
All right. Question 3, and this is slowly becoming a regular question for you that you ask our guests. But if there was an alternate universe of Danny, what would Danny be doing?
Oh man. I do ask this question, and I think I would be a performer. I think I would, if I didn't have the anxiety and PTSD that I have, I think I would be a performer, whether it would be music or, acting or some kind of performer. I think I would enjoy making films or, shooting films or doing stand up, maybe something like that. I enjoy the idea of those things, but my it's not something I would put time into now. I can't be on the road trying to make people laugh and sing. So yeah, definitely a performer.
I was watching
What
a.
about you, Kyra?
No, this isn't my quick take. This is
I
your.
can I can ask a question.
So, what would alternate universe Kyron be doing? I was watching this video with Rampage Jackson, the
Yeah,
MMA fighter,
yeah.
and he was it was an interview about him and wrestling because he actually did some like quick run-ins in some wrestling matches here and there. But he was saying that he was talking to a wrestler named Chris Benoit, and
Ooh,
Chris Benoit was asking him, or they were just telling him like 300 days out of the year, I'm on the road. I'm on the road traveling and wrestling and doing performances, and I'm like 300 days out of the year, I could not do that at all.
not at all.
Mm-mm. No.
I don't like to be gone for 4 days at a time. I don't like to be away from my wife at all. Period.
Mm.
So I don't enjoy being away for extended periods of time at all.
All right. Question 4, and this is another one of your ones. What is the best and worst part of creating?
The best part is the best part is making the thing. The art and the writing is the best part of like the process of making it. The worst part is trying to make enough money to keep making it. Like the logistics, everything from marketing to logistics is the worst part. The front half is so great. The collaboration, the ideas, the actual art, the writing, all that whole process is great. And then when it's done, you get that sense of fulfillment. And then you have to market, sell, distribute, so that you can start the process over again.
All right.
Yes, that's my answer.
Okay. Question 5. And as always, the 5th question is a top 5 question because you're
We
on
have
another show.
we have another show.
You are on another show called Top 5 Live that airs every Tuesday with Morgan Iverson, Javon Stokes, and a bunch of other people. So I'm gonna ask you for your top 5 for this week. I was watching a TikTok and this woman, and she bought a gooey duck from the store,
She bought a
and
what?
a gooey duck. You've never you you've
What's
never
that?
heard of a gooey duck?
Uh,
It's like a clam. It's like a clam. It's that long clam that looks like a penis.
okay.
Uh, but she bought it and then ate it raw. Like she just bit into it and just ate it raw, and it was disgusting because you're supposed to cook it. And then she just started using hot sauce to try to get the taste out of her mouth. So I need to know. Uh, good evening, Brad. Low key rich man, Brad. But I need to know, what are your top 5 favorite dipping sauces to use to eat?
Oh man. I don't even know if I have 5. I know I'll put ranch and Polynesian sauce, specifically Chick-fil-A's Polynesian sauce. Those are the top 2. Okay.
Polynesian sauce.
I don't know what they put in it, but it's drugs. But after that, I would say let me see. Dipping sauces. Nothing else really.
You got ketchup, you got mustard, you got
Ketchup is
hot
good. I
sauce,
like ketchup.
you got
I like
barbecue
ketchup.
sauce.
Maybe a good honey mustard is
Okay.
good. And then that's it. I only got 4. I don't like to dip my food in much.
Okay. All right.
Top 4.
Top
4
4.
dipping sauces.
Okay. That was cool. That was a good one. That was good. Was it good for you?
It was good for me. Thank you.
This week's quick takes, as usual, are brought to us by Gemini. Go to Gemini's website and use the code Aceblade at checkout. Get 10% off your order. I got nothing else, so no other surprises.
That was fun, man. I appreciate that.
I'm not going to trick you on anything else.
I appreciate you not tricking me on anything else.
I'm just going.
Quick takes.
All right, second round of quick takes.
The falsehoods and fabrications.
No. We got to end this because I'm getting hungry. I gotta go eat dinner. Thank you for allowing me to do this. I appreciate the sticker on the forehead there. I can't even see what it is reflective. Is that a diamond or something?
It's like one of them little fake jewelry things.
All right, Danny. Where can people check you out as always?
Man, if you want to find me, the best place to go.
Quick takes.
Quicktales. Quicktales.
Does it say Quicktales?
It says Quicktales.
Wait, does it?
Quick takes.
It does say Quicktale.
I'm gonna tell 5 quick stories. I'm gonna tell 5 quick stories in 45 seconds.
All right. Ooh, that should be a thing. They gotta tell us their story in 45 seconds.
45 seconds.
We just thought of something. All right.
There it is.
Danny, where can people check you out?
The Kickstarter, of course, right now, Fourth Wall Pros /Kickstarter. The best place to go. If you want to find me on social media, it's at the Aceblade on all social media platforms and Patreon now. I'm having fun over there on Patreon. Yeah. What about you, Kyan? Where can people find you?
You can find me at Kickstarter at Aceblade 1 through 8 comics and action figures. That's the only place I really need y'all to go right now.
Yes.
It's just do that. If you are seeing the QR code right there, you can just scan that real quick. But just go to Kickstarter, search up Aceblade issue 1 through 8 comics action figures, and go back that. Otherwise, you can find me at tauruscomics.com. I am also at Taurus Comics on all social media platforms. And this is the first time you've ever checked out our podcast, you can go to our other website, fourtalespodcast.com. That is the number 4, TALES podcast.com. You can listen to all our previous episodes, buy some merchandise, check us out. And we are really close to hitting 200 subscribers on YouTube. So if you guys can go to YouTube and just search up Four Tales and just follow us, we only need 2 more people to reach 200 subscribers there. I know it
Oh
doesn't seem
wow.
like a lot to some people, but hey, that's a milestone for us. So please take the
Yeah.
moment and go check us out. But also join us next week where we're going to have Laguna Studios here. We're going to talk about their newest campaigns and see what's going
Nice.
on with them. But
Nice.
until next time, everybody, sayonara, goodbye, and please take care of yourself.
I want to know what it is Quick is trying to say.